New York State says Bear Hill Correctional Facility near Malone will close next year. Nearly 300 workers not laid off but affected. 7 News reporter Lexi Burning live tonight, speaking with lawmakers, union leaders, and community members. Lexi.
Jeff, the governor had the authority to shutter 3 prisons, but we're told it'll just be this one, Bear Hill Correctional near Malone, where officials say it's a sad day.
We're disappointed, but on some level not really surprised, given the year that we've had with all the upheaval in corrections.
The upheaval, low staffing levels, chemical exposures, and statewide strikes earlier this year.
I think many of us thought that over time, if closures were going to happen, that we would be made an example of, so to speak. That's from an emotional standpoint. Whether that actually filtered into the decision-making on a state level, I can't say for certain.
According to the Department of Corrections and Community Supervision, the state looks at current staffing levels and number of open beds when determining which prisons to close. 7 News has learned the current population at Bear Hill is 709. The state says it's half empty. The closure of Bear Hill Correctional Facility means 293 prison employees, many of them living in Franklin County, will have to work elsewhere. It's likely some could live in St. Lawrence County after Ogdensburg Correctional Facility was shut down in 2022. Union leaders say it will be especially hard for those in supervisor positions.
As you get into those smaller supervisor ranks, there's less openings, and that's another stressor of where you're going to be going. Hopefully you're not traveling on the road for the rest of your career, or potentially thinking about having to move.
Senator Dan Steck says consolidating won't solve staffing and violence issues in prisons statewide, pointing out the prison system is still under a state of emergency after the strikes in February.
When that strike ended, the state of emergency didn't end. The National Guard are still in there. They're not trained to be COs. They didn't sign up to be COs. What is the game plan here, Governor? Where's the off ramp? What's your exit strategy here? They don't have one.
In the past, when prisons have been decommissioned, they've been left and continue to sit vacant. Stewart asked the commissioner Tuesday morning what will become of Bear Hill.
Before I could even ask that, he indicated that they plan on keeping the maintenance staff and the utilities and all of those facility operations at the ready, is how he put it, in case population increases and dictates that it could potentially be reopened.
Malone houses 2 other prisons, Upstate and Franklin correctional facilities. Bear Hill is set to close March 11th of next year. Jeff.
Lexi, thank you. Congresswoman Elise Stefanik, candidate for New York governor, criticizing Hochul's decision today, saying at every opportunity Kathy Hochul has turned her back on hardworking correctional officers and families, and ending the statement by saying, mark her words, COs will be part of her coalition next year that will fire Kathy Hochul.